Hello everyone, NJD back here again, and today we're talking about Skylanders Superchargers. And you're probably wondering, what we're talking about it. Well, I'm going to talk about how it was a disappointment, and how it could have been a lot better. Because if it wasn't for certain aspects of the game that really bring this down, it had like the opportunity to be the best game in the franchise. Like, it has some of the best gameplay for at least the non-vehicle sections in the franchise. But we're going to talk about why that is and why it's not everyone's favorite and like a lot of the time at the bottom of the tier list for the game. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's start with the pros with this game first, and that it has some really good gameplay outside of the vehicle sections. Because the Chaos boss fight, I know this is a random, or it's kind of big, but the Chaos boss fight in this game is one of the best Chaos fights in the franchise. Like, I really enjoyed this one. Like, it's new, he's not spawning rings that you have to jump over like he does in almost every single fight. Like, it actually feels a lot different and in a good way. Like, not in a swap force kind of way where it's a stupid idea. But this is a really good boss fight. And then we got the gameplay with the new Skylanders, which are probably some of the most fun in the franchise. Like, we got Stormblade, I think is a really good moveset. Smash Hit is really cool, and like Bone Bash Roller Brawl, who's one of the most fun characters in the franchise. Like, I don't know a single person that doesn't like her. Like, she has such a unique moveset and has like kind of has two different movesets. Same with Smash It. Like, they really went all out with these characters, and that's what makes this game a lot more fun outside of vehicle sections. Like, it has some of the most fun areas in this game, and also the level designs are the best it's ever been. Like, I'd argue this is the best level design out of the franchise, and that's not even like a controversial thing. People agree on that. Like, here's the thing. There's not a bad level in this game. Like, you can have fun playing most of these levels. Well, except for like one level, because it's like mainly vehicle focused, but we'll get that to later. But it's really good outside of the vehicle sections. Another huge pro of this game is the visuals. This is the best Skylanders visual-wise. Or best Skylanders game visually standing. Because Imagineers is the last game of the franchise, but it's not. There's like two levels in that game that are like really good looking. And that's Mushroom River and Boom Bloom's Forest, or whatever the hell. Enchanted Forest. That's another good designed level. But outside of that, the levels are kind of boring, at least from a design standpoint. But in Superchargers, everything is unique. Like, you never can tell you're playing the same level. Like, they're all completely different. They're all completely different areas. And I really liked that. Like, this was the best level design out of all the games. Are these the best levels in the franchise? No. But the level design is the best in the franchise. So, I think that's a pretty good place for this game. You know? Like, it's really good. But we just have to get into the cons, which are probably the reason why nobody likes this game. Before we get the obvious out of the way, I want to talk about the roster. Now, we only got, I think, 18 new characters, because, well, 18's a bit of a, like, I'd say, like, half of that, or, like, only 10 new characters, and 8 of them are returning. Like, so I'd say, like, 14 and, yeah, 14 characters, because we're just gonna have the ones that return. Because, well, as they are returning characters with new movesets, but they're not really that new of designs. They're still the same characters. They just look a little different. Some of them look worse though, like Sharpshooter Terrafin. Yeah, I don't like his design at all. It's like the worst redesign. Like they gave characters like completely different movesets from they had. Same thing with Super Shot Stealth Elf. Like she did not mean it just doesn't work. That's not Stealth Elf anymore. Like just make a new character at that point. But some of them are really improved, like Bone Bash Roller Brawl. Like that's much improvement over regular Roller Brawl. And then we have the new characters from this game, which are actually pretty awesome in my opinion. Like I like all of them except Astro Blast. He just is boring gameplay wise and not really anything visually outstanding to me. But other than that, I do like all the characters. But it's such a small roster because they, instead of doing 2 gimmicks and 2 cores, they did 2 gimmicks for each element and then replaced the cores with vehicles, which doesn't make sense to me at all. Because cores, I mean, the vehicles feel like crystals. Like this is one thing Imagineers did right, is that they kept them separate and didn't take up character slots. That's what they should have done here. They should have had more Skylanders. Keep the vehicles the same. I don't really care, but add like the cores back. Like bring back the cores. That would have been cool. Honestly, getting new cores again. But now let's get to the obvious. And that obvious is the vehicle sections. Okay. This is alright. They didn't. The vehicle sections can be fun. I did have some fun playing them. Don't get me wrong. They can be fun. They just weren't fun most of the time, and that's why this game gets dragged down a lot. And I think I have a couple reasons why. Number one, the boss fights. Oh my gosh. All the boss fights in this game are in vehicles. And most of them are, all the main ones are in the land vehicle, which is probably my least favorite most of the time. A couple of the sea vehicle sections are like really bad, but the land vehicle is the worst one in my opinion. Like you got these weird sections where it feels like Rocket League. It has like the Rocket League controls, as I like to call it, but they're done so badly. Like it's not good. The controls are really bad with the vehicle sections, which, who cares? But it's forced down your throat. You're spending more time in vehicle sections than you are in the actual game. And I feel like that's kind of disappointing coming from a Skylanders game and not a racing game. Like, that's the main problem, is that you're spending too much time in vehicle sections. And in order to get level stars, you have to do the vehicle sections. It's not optional anymore. Like, sure, you get at least one at the end, which I guess is the same for every game, but I don't know. It just feels weird to me that that's the only way you can get level stars, like not through getting collectibles or anything. Those are all completely optional in this game. So, yeah, which is weird to me. But some of the most fun are the air vehicle sections and sea vehicle sections. If they would have spread those out better between the three and made it like, oh, this boss fight's gonna be in the air or in the air vehicles. Like they could have definitely have done that with Lord Stratosphere. Like he could have definitely been an air fight. Like that would have been a lot more fun. It'd be like a Star Wars game where you're like flying through the air. That would have been really fun. I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know. Maybe because like they couldn't do that. But I'm pretty sure you get like a stealth stinger in the, I think one of the starter packs. I don't remember which one. I don't know. Probably not. But I feel like you can. Unless I'm completely wrong about that. I don't know. But they have the instant vehicles. So I mean like they could have definitely have done that. They just didn't. which is weird to me. I don't know why they did that. It would have been a lot better for the game. Like, I feel like if they reduced the vehicle section, like how long they were and how often they did it, as well as spread out like the 3 vehicle sections better, this game would have been perfect. The gameplay is awesome, the levels are awesome, the gimmick could have been really good. The racing mode's fun. I didn't get to that, but the racing mode is really fun. I enjoyed playing it with friends when it first came out, but you can't do that anymore on the PS3 at least. So yeah. But that's gonna be all for today's video. If you agree, please like and subscribe. And if you disagree, please yell at me in the comments because I'm genuinely interested and see what you have to say. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.